The main narrative consisted of a relationship rivalry between 4 girls and 1 male. It was extremely important that our audience recognised the narrative, as this would enable personal identity and relationships to be formed. Moreover, when researching music videos, we noticed that some lyrics were illustrated by the scenes, costumes and props. We tried to include this by using different elements in our own video. We also included performance. When referring back to our music video research, this was extremely conventional as it showed that pop stars are extraordinary, which relates to Richard Dyer's theory. By using conventional elements, we knew that our audience would be appealed to, as it was already recognisable in the music industry. After completing our research of other pop music videos, we discovered it was conventional to use close-ups, mid-shots and long shots. Close-ups allowed us to create a more personal relationship between the characters and the audience, whilst also showing off the perfected look of the girls. This is conventional as the band members are often shown to be attractive with perfect hair and makeup. This makes them something that the audience wants to be like. We also used close-ups to draw attention to certain aspects of the video, like at 32 seconds when we focus on the text messages between one of the band members and the male character. Mid-shots were important to use as they are often used in established music videos and allowed us to show off some of the characters' outfits, as well as showing their facial expressions and lip-syncing. Long shots were an important element in our music video as they allowed us to show the transformation of the girls from when they were with the boy to the different looks they went for when they were going out without him. This also allowed us to show off the different locations of the girls, representing them coming together at the party scene, at 1:30 when we show a female character leaving her home.
We used the convention of over-the-shoulder shots, which was a convention that we saw a lot in many female narrative illustrative pop music videos, such as Taylor Swift. The use of this shot helps the target audience of teenage girls see the scenarios from the girl band's perspective, making them feel like they are present once again, therefore supporting Dyer's star theory. At 14 to 16 seconds, we decided to use the over-the-shoulder shot as it allowed us to see what was happening from her perspective, and also see the girl's facial expressions from the mirror. This once again makes our target audience relate and feel close to the girl band. We used it once again at 33 seconds and 28 seconds, showing the perspective from 3 out of 4 of the girls. For the final girl, we used a selfie-like shot at 2 minutes 20, which is something we developed from the over-the-shoulder shot to show the movement of her and the reaction to the party. This is something teenage girls can relate to, therefore creating a personal relationship, supporting the instant gratification theory.
During one of our scenes, where one of our characters walking into a party scene, we decided to use a handheld camera to make it more realistic for our audience. We decided this technique was better than the standard close-up as it enabled personal relationships to be created. The audience were able to feel closer to the character and relate to the current situation. This is atypical in comparison to pop videos which we researched. To include this in our music video meant that an element was being used which isn't common, and therefore appealing to our target audience. Throughout our coursework related to Neil's theory, genres are made of repetition and difference. Our camera work is a good example of this.
At the start and end of the video, we used the same sequence of shot reverse shot, which showed the 4 band members on a date with the same boy. The scene cuts from showing one band member to showing the male, then cutting to a different band member and so on. By using this technique, we made it clear that the characters were being played by the male, as we used the same camera angle, shot distance, and kept the background the same in all. The only difference was the male's outfit, which changed every time to show that he had come back to the same place, just with a different girl. This is how we decided to introduce the story to the audience, making it clear from the offset that the male character was the sort of antagonist in the video, and also allowed for the audience to create a personal identity with the females, as a similar situation may have happened to them. By using the same sequence at the end as well, we showed that the girls chose to break up with the boy by adding a small speaking part. This finalised the video, rounding it off to an ending that would satisfy the viewer. This technique is relatively conventional as it appears in a few of the videos that we analysed for our research task.
We used a convention of straight cuts and fast-paced editing within our music video, as we saw this used throughout many pop music videos in our research. This was because it went along with the fast-paced music. The use of straight cuts was also a convention we saw a lot in our research, such as in Jess Glynne and GRL's music videos. We felt that this created a realistic atmosphere for the audience. For example, from 0 seconds to 11 seconds, straight cuts were used to show the realistic situation of which the audience could relate to. As well as this, fast-paced editing was used from 36 seconds to 44, which matched the music pace and speedy lyrics, "Gotta get him out my hair." By combining the use of fast-paced editing and straight cuts, it shows the enthusiasm the band is feeling, which can then be pushed upon the audience of teenage girls, which then makes them feel that the band are ordinary and extraordinary, therefore supporting Dyer's star theory. The fast-paced editing also shows the audience that the girl band are exciting and different, allowing them to divert from their everyday lives, supporting the instant gratification theory.
To increase the engagement of our audience, we wanted to use different editing techniques so that the video didn't become boring. We used reverse scenes twice in our music video, which is first used during the chorus, Gotta Get Him Out My Hair. We wanted to use the same scene as it made our music video more recognisable for our audience and therefore memorable. However, we were worried this would come across as repetitive. Reversing the scene was a simple way of creating a distinction between our video and others within the pop genre. This created audience appeal as it was an element which was not commonly seen.
In order to make our music video look professional, we tried to use conventional locations that are identifiable to the audience and also realistic for the narrative of our story. Most of the storyline takes place in bedrooms of our characters, showing them getting ready for a night away from the boy they all seem to be dating at the start. This is realistic and also creates a personal identity for the viewer as they recognise this location and may be able to relate to it in an experience they've had. At the start and end of the video, we show the characters on a date with the same boy and in the same place. By using the same location for all, we felt it built more of an understanding of the narrative, whilst also portraying the male as the antagonist character. Our intent was to make the audience associate with the female characters, therefore creating a union between the band and the target audience of teenage females. For our performance scenes, we used a spray-painted background which related to the target audience and created a more youthful appearance of the band. This was the start image we were aiming to achieve, as it is more relatable for the audience and also portrays the characters accurately. The locations we used were conventional for the pop genre, as they help to illustrate the song which commonly occurs in music videos.
We used the convention of high-key lighting throughout the music video. This is something that we felt was important to show the happiness and fun we wanted the girl band to portray. This was a convention which was prominent in pop music videos when the music and lyrics were upbeat and happy, such as GRL Vacation. We felt that this would make our target audience of teenage girls happy when watching the music video, and also make them feel both present and absent, supporting Dyer's star theory. By making them feel absent with an unrealistic brightness at 013, it also shows that the girl band is extraordinary, and by making them feel present with happiness, it also makes the audience realise the girl band are ordinary. We also used low-key lighting when the male was in the shot to show the emotions of the band towards this boy, which makes the audience feel they're connected to the characters as they understand what they're feeling. We used extra bright lights in the performance scenes to highlight the girls as the main part of the shot, this emphasising their extraordinariness. As well as this, at 3:09 we filmed on a dingy day to prove that the boy was inferior to the girl band.
Our media video was extremely conventional when considering costume, as we had several outfit changes. We noticed this was a regular occurrence when looking back through our research of the pop genre. We wanted our band to come across as modern and youthful, as our target audience was female teenagers. This would enable engagement with our audience, as personal identity would have been created. However, during our performance scenes, we created a more glamorous look while wearing dresses with heeled shoes. This relates to Dyer's theory that celebrities are both ordinary and extraordinary, which shows our audience that our band is both relatable but also superior, as they are of a higher status.